All right. We'd like to welcome everybody to Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom, W5KUB. This is a show about ham radio, amateur radio. So if you're tuning in tonight, we're glad to have you. Especially if you're out there listening on shortwave on WBCQ on 7490 kilohertz. We're glad to have you. Many of us started off as shortwave listeners, and we'll talk about shortwave too. And send us an email to tom@w5kub.com, tom@w5kub.com, and let us know where in the world you are and how you're hearing the station tonight. We'd love to hear from you and see how we're doing tonight. We're not a high-power station. We're only running about 50,000 watts up there in the very top of Maine, up there right on the border of Maine and Canada. So maybe, I don't know, it's summertime, so it's not all frozen. Usually it's frozen up there with snow and ice. Send us an email. Hey, I tell everybody to do this every week, and I don't know if you're doing it. I'm going to start taking names, but I need everybody. Please click the subscribe button right there, the subscribe button. I made it easy. I got a little arrow pointing to it there. That'll let you, it'll help you find it. Please hit that subscribe button. That helps us here. Also, join us on our Facebook group. Our Facebook group now has about 13,000 hams in it. And it's for Amateur Radio Roundtable, or you can just put in W5KUB, and Facebook will take you to that group, and we'll approve you and put you right in there. All right. Well, you know, as tonight's a great night. As I told everybody, we got a big surprise tonight. Big surprise. So we might as well just get right into it right here. And I'll tell you, here we go. Look at this. Just look at this. Look who's back with us. Look at there. We've got Katie back with us tonight. Katie, welcome. We're glad you're back.
Hey,
we
hi
missed
everybody.
you.
Glad to be back.
We missed you.
Hi.
Well, I tell you, I guess I can afford the extra 30% I had to offer her to have her come back, but
That's right.
we'll get by it somehow there. But anyway, we're so glad to have you back. So, Katie, wow, hey, tell us what's going on there. What's been happening? What's been happening here?
Well, I haven't been doing a whole lot because I'm a few months out from having my shoulder surgery, so that's taken a lot out of me for recovery, which is why I've been pretty much MIA for quite a while. Usually by the evenings, I'm pretty darn worn out from going back to work and what have you. But finally getting some movement back and still dealing with some pain here and there. But I'm able to work full time again and do some stuff like put together our club proclamation for field day, which we'll go to our county commissioners tomorrow and do some stuff for, I'm sorry, my hearing piece is falling out, our club, Devil's Tower Amateur Radio. So just been kind of doing some low-key things, our local net here on Sundays. I still do net control for that once or twice a month.
Is that a VHF net?
No, it's on 80 meters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I'll have to try to check in someday.
Yeah, you should. It's at 8 a.m. local time, so 9 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
And Dwayne has been super busy. He's been doing all kinds of hammy stuff. I've become a ham widow these.
Well, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to give him 10 or 15 seconds there of your time.
Yeah, maybe 25. But yeah, he's had way more interesting ham things going on while I've been just kind of getting myself back together.
What's so interesting, Dwayne?
Well, lately, another ham, Terry, W0VB, is building a super station, a big gun VHF contest station. And we've been erecting towers and putting antennas together. He's got a 55-foot long, 2-meter beam at the top of a 107-foot tower. I think Alan figured the gain to be somewhere between 18 and 19, somewhere in there, dB gain on that thing. We also put together a 7-element 6-meter beam on heavy mass material because we've clocked wind speeds at 123 miles an hour where this is. But it's high up, and
it's beautiful.
Just Sunday, we worked California on 2-meter from here, 1,100 miles of contact. So we think we got it dialed in now.
Well, that's
It's been a huge, it's been a
that's
huge
great.
project for Terry, who's actually in South Dakota, but comes over here to our club. Also, there's a club in South Dakota. What's the one we belong to now? The
Black Hills.
Black Hills Amateur Radio Club. So we've joined that, and we try to go over to Spearfish to, participate in their club as well. And so Terry found one of our club members who had land that he could put these towers up on, and it's a great spot. And then also what we're hoping to do is be able to get the internet linked, because his is a fully remote station, so that we can then get internet out at our clubhouse up on Sunny Divide. And I'm working on a grant application for us to get some funding so we can put in concrete and a tower. We're really trying to do what we can to make that building, much more user-friendly, something that will be a place that it'll have better safety, and we can leave our equipment there so that hams can go up at any time and go play radio. So yeah, a lot of stuff we've been doing this past year with our new club has just been really fun to see how it's been changing and growing. And I think we have like 20 paid and active members, so not too shabby for our little corner of the world. I think we're doing pretty good, Mr. President.
Yes, we're just moving into our second year now. So
Well, that's
we're doing
good.
okay.
Now, you're out in the wide open spaces out there. You don't have any property that just homes that come right up next to you, do you?
Well, technically, we're in a neighborhood. It's an old Air Force base housing, so Mom, WI7MOM, lives right next door. I can look out my living room window and look in her living room and see what she's doing.
Wow.
But we have the way we're located in the backyard, the back behind us is a ranch.
Okay.
So there's, 100 some odd acres behind us, plus the national forest. But where Wade is, KD7KNZ, they're up kind of in the middle of the county. If you were on your way to Devil's Tower, say, kind of that area of the county. And they have a ranching and farming out there. So there was quite a bit of land that, we could get the tower up. And we'll have to do a presentation because they brought in a crane to put that tower up.
Oh, wow.
And so,
And
yeah, it's been
I
a
hope
lot of...
hope you got some pictures.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys, I've put towers up, stacking them 10 feet at a time.
Yep.
We put up this tower, and we lifted it in three 30-foot sections with 17 feet already on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of the section lifts from the time the crane grabbed it till the time we had it locked in the tower was about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Well.
So,
But it's obviously it was an investment that, the owner of the station was able to and willing to put into. So it certainly made his and N7QAX's life easier when they're putting the tower up.
Well, hey, I got some videos I'll send you, Dwayne. You don't really need a tower to do that. I've got some videos where guys actually carried the Ron tower up on their back, and they didn't even have a gen pole, and they put a tower up.
That's insane.
So something tells me
I could see you doing that.
I'm thinking that's an April Fool's joke.
You have videos of people with less than average intelligence.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I had a similar job that the guy, we put up 120-foot Round 25 tower, and he did exactly that. He just carried it up on his shoulder. braced his
25,
leg.
I can understand. This is 45. It's a bit heavier.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, you just got to get a bigger
All the way up
guy.
to
You know, you got to get a guy with some muscle, and
yeah.
you can do it. All right. Well, great. Hey! It sounds like you guys have been having fun. We're glad to have you back. And if anybody missed it if they've just now tuned in, there we go. Look at this. We just got to say welcome back. Why is it
One
not,
of you guys needs to be
why is
out
it not
sick
doing
for a
it?
couple
Why is it
months.
not running? There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Glenn, did you get that when you came back after being sick?
I never really left.
But he didn't leave.
Oh.
He didn't
I
leave.
got real lucky.
We begged him to take a leave, and he wouldn't do it. So.
Actually, couldn't get rid of me.
All right. Okay. Hey. Okay. So. All right. Very good. You guys
Sorry.
stand by, and Katie, we're gonna have some fun in a minute with some
Yep.
projects that people are working on. Hey, let me mention this, guys. Yesterday was June the 6th, and a lot of the new hams, the new kids on the block, probably don't know much about this, but this was a big day in history. This is 78 years ago, D-Day, June the 6th, 1944. And if you're not taught that in school, you ought to at least read about it. You'd be amazed at what went on there. And hey, this was the largest invasion I think in world history. 156,000 troops, 3,000 ships, 11,000 airplanes. It was a big deal, and it was tough, but they did it, and we're always grateful to the ones that were over there. They were one tough bunch, man. All right, let's see. Let's jump back around and let's go back around the room there. Let's see who we got now. Glenn, you're up there next, man. How you doing, Glenn?
Oh, I'm doing better than I was last week. Finally shook the crud.
Well, yeah.
You know, I'm still stuck at home for another week or so.
Yeah.
But I'm getting stuff done on the other side of the room now, building and tinkering and playing. I think I showed you pieces of this last week.
Yeah, yeah.
We actually have it finished this week.
Okay.
And if y'all ever wondered what was inside that original Magic 8 ball,
yeah.
it's got one of these little 20-sided plastic dice inside with all the little sayings on it.
You're giving away the secret now. I thought that thing was smart.
I thought the whole thing was full of fluid and stuff, and it's not. It's really interestingly done. But that I'm actually putting this together for a forum that I'm doing in Huntsville in August. And as you can see, it's actually scrolling through all of the various choices.
That's cool.
And they call this a Magic 8 ball with an attitude.
All right.
That is super cool.
And
did you add a few phrases to it?
I think he modified all the phrases.
That one was when pigs fly. And then let's see what pops up here. Very doubtful. But
do you have one that says split, 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 or up, up, up?
No.
That would have been funny.
I do have some, such as, here we go. It's not psychic.
Yeah, I can't read it. It's not,
but it says I'm not psychic.
Oh, okay.
But the plan is this is going to be part of my all-new forum that I'm putting together for Huntsville. It's currently titled the Arduino, the Next Generation. And as I mentioned last week, it's not going to be anything like I've done before. This one is just totally over the edge would be the best way to put it. We step out and leave the Arduino Uno and Nano and the slower Arduinos behind, and we move forward into uncharted territory is the best thing to say. I'm not saying a whole lot about it. Huntsville's going to be where everything happens, but as you can see, I'm actually building props and everything. And oh, by the way, that's not the code that it will be running at Huntsville. This is generic demo code because I'm going to be showing it off with Dr. Arduino on their blog next month. But it's going to be loaded with a special set of phrases for the Huntsville Ham Fest. And really excited about putting that together. I've got that presentation about 90% done.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
be sure and program something in there. I'd like to know whether or not I'm going to win a prize this year.
Oh, that's no doubt.
Okay.
It's no brainer.
Well, it might.
Or you're going to do what I do. Seems like the only prizes I ever win are ARRL gift certificates.
Yeah, I've won a few of those.
Yeah.
And then I don't use them, and then they expire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big thing coming up here in about 2 weeks, so it's a good thing that I finally got all this COVID stuff behind me. The kids are going to their last cat show. Unfortunately, it's field day weekend. but we're going to be over in Huntsville at their last show. They're going to be retiring after this show.
Yeah.
And it's been 2 years since they've been to a show. And as you saw earlier, the demon child is itching for a show. Anytime she hears the word show, she's like, where am I going? When I packed up and went to Dayton, both of them were on the suitcases. And when I loaded up and put the suitcases in the car without them, both of them gave me that tail flip and walked off in the other direction. Wouldn't have a thing to do with me for a couple days
Well,
until after I got home.
Sounds like they have an attitude, and you really need to work on that before you take them.
No, they love their cat shows. They hate the ride, but getting into the hotel, it's like a kiddie Disneyland, and they're bouncing from bed to bed the whole weekend. And then they get to go to the show, which they dearly love. So,
All right.
anyway, that's my next couple weeks.
Well, very good. All right, let's jump in there with Alan. Alan, hello, Alan. What have you been doing?
Hello. Hey, good to see everybody. Katie and Dwayne, great to see you guys again. It's been a long time, so great to have you back in. So, yeah, busy week. Actually, Saturday I went to my first Ham Fest of the year, local Ham Fest up here. But finally got out to get to one, a small one, but saw some friends and things like that. Picked up another new little toy. This is the little tiny SA, the tiny little spectrum analyzer.
Yeah.
A lot of folks that watch my Nano VNA videos want me to do videos on this tiny SA. So I got one at a bargain price, so I'll probably do some videos on that in the near future. And then just busy at work. Exciting week this week. We launched a new oscilloscope platform with Tektronix. So I was involved with getting a lot of that prepped. It was actually the electronic host of the launch event. So I got to introduce one of the vice presidents and the product manager and stuff like that. Of course, we videotaped all that a week or two ago. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of an exciting launch event for a whole new product. So that was kind of good. So I've been busy couple of weeks, but glad to be back in and back from vacation, back to work. So anyway, we're back at it.
Well, that's great. Glad you're back. Okay, Bill, come on in here. Now, Bill, we're glad to have you back. I know you've been up in Ohio for weeks and weeks, man, and I'm sure you're glad to be home.
Yeah, and I have a question for Alan. Were you actually using videotape for that that promo that you did?
Oh no, but we just call it that. It's old habits die hard. But yeah, I don't know. It's some online platform they recorded it on. But and it's funny, they distributed internally the gag and bloopers reel of all the flubs and cut and do it again and messing up and laughing and so. Of course, they released that to everybody within the company, but that's not what got sent out with the launch event.
Hopefully not.
No.
Well, I and really enjoyed the Dayton hamvention, even though I was there only for one day. But really great to see everybody, and I actually managed to get to a good part of it in one day, and that's quite a feat. This is not a MAGA hat I'm wearing. This is actually the Dayton hamvention volunteers hat. So I usually get one of these every year, and this year it's actually opposite of the one 2 years ago. That's red letters on a gray background, so they just kind of flip the colors. So, but I think they had a great turnout there at Dayton, and it was really a lot of fun. So then it was so much fun in Ohio, I decided to stay there for another 10 days.
Yeah.
Just got back a few days ago, about a week ago.
All right. Now, I know you were cleaning out a lot of stuff up here in the barn. And did you bring a lot of stuff home, or what did you do with it? I did.
And in fact, they actually bulldozed the house and the barn today and yesterday. And so I had my friend WM8W, Jan, actually my cousin. He came there the day before the bulldozers arrived to do one last scan through the garage and where I used to have my Radio Shack when I was coming up. and he found a drawer full of vintage Radio Shack parts from the 70s and the 80s, and he was in hog heaven. He just, that was the biggest find. It's a good thing he got it, because the very next day the bulldozers came through. But
Wow.
so it was just a whole week of salvage operations and see what I could find, see what I left behind. I did find some old tubes from the 30s that were my great uncle's, and so and they're still in the box. Some of them look brand new, so I know those are big time collectibles.
Oh yeah.
So I think one tube is actually from 1928.
Well, hold on to them. Someday we may need them.
We might.
We might need them someday, man. Yeah. Especially we can't get chips anymore. We may have to go back to tubes.
Exactly right. Yeah.
How's the chip market? Is it getting any easier for you?
No, it's getting a lot worse.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say that the Atmel 328Ps are going about $60 or $70 a piece now.
The 328Ps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get them in a reel.
Yeah,
Ouch.
maybe. I was looking at some yesterday. Individually they're about $7 to $8 a piece. Some of those are advertised, lots of 10. That would be like $80. But yeah. Well, it'll get better. All right. Well, hey, let's see. We hadn't missed anybody. We got everybody I think was in the on Zoom here with us. Hey, we were going to talk tonight. We want to do something a little different, and so I asked people to post in our group any new project they were working on. Instead of just shack pictures tonight, we're going to look at some projects. They vary from building antennas to ham shacks, just everything. But it's going to be kind of neat to see what people are out there doing. So I'm going to try to pull those up. I think Katie is going to tell us what they are. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. There we go. There's the first picture right there. Well,
It's a guy sitting at a desk with a bunch
Yeah.
of junk on it.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're right.
And you can tell he's a very old guy because he's got a binoscope there.
I got what kind of scopes he got?
Binocular
Oh yeah.
microscope.
Oh yeah. His eyes are pretty bad, believe me.
We need one of those in here, I think. I could use one of those in my craft room.
I tell you,
my
I
gosh.
couldn't do it without the binocular scope there. And yes, that is me, and that's one of the little boards that we build for our balloon flights there. Let's see what we got coming up here next. Let's see.
Looks like we had Mike next, who's
Here's-
KD2EAT. So I'm not sure what he means by, he said he's trying out his Manhattan-style soldering skills. And
Well, it's a soldering skill where you split it down. You got power on one side and
Yeah,
negative on the other.
Manhattan basically, you just stand the little parts up and you solder them and you let them stand up and you just connect them all together.
Oh, okay.
it's one step ahead of dead bug.
Yeah,
Yes, you do flying leads, and the whole idea is you turn the board sideways. It looks like the skyline of Manhattan. So.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Except when I do one, it looks like the skyline of Olive Branch, Mississippi. When I do one.
After a tornado went through.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So this is an ESP32 microcontroller for LoRa tab tracking.
LoRa. I'm not sure what LoRa is. It's some type.
Laura.
Laura, it's a low power RF transmission mode. Uses
Yeah.
a very low speed transmission code, so it can transmit with very, very low power. But it stands for long range, LoRa.
Oh.
Stands
Yeah.
for long range, but it's
Okay.
it's basically an RF interface for sensors.
Cool.
Yeah. I've never played with it. I guess it's something like a Whisper, very low power.
It's not
low
quite
speed.
as low power as Whisper, and it uses it uses a chirp spreading sequence for the modulation type. So
Cool.
And isn't that commercially provided somehow? I mean, there's
there's commercial chipsets
systems.
for it. It's
Yeah.
kind of in the industry.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and that's Mike, and Mike flies a lot of balloons up there too, up in Canada, and looks like he's going to be using LORAN on some of them there.
He's in New York. He's in upstate New York.
Oh, is he?
Actually.
Okay.
Actually, not upstate, just
Oh, yeah.
in the central New York.
Okay, that's right. That's right. I don't know why I thought he was in Canada.
And we're going to be doing the Great Plains Super Launch balloon, ham radio balloon conference in Purdue, Indiana, Purdue University on July 16th. So it's superlaunch.org.
Well, let me see if I can. Get
Yeah, this was Kevin replied to him saying that he's working on one also to set up a GPS tracker, and so he was setting up a few ground stations and trying out the gateway. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Looks like he's at a local park. Maybe that looks like a little pavilion set up with benches.
So okay, this is him
nice.
again right there. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
There's Buddy. Buddy Soul. He said his club has an antenna contest. That's an idea.
There we go.
So rules are the antenna must resonate at the design frequency and has to be made of non-traditional material. No feed line antennas, copper, or aluminum tubing. So this was a very broadband and 6-meter dipole made with aluminum cans.
Now there you go, Dwayne. Dwayne, maybe you can put that up on your tower.
Yeah.
You have a nice 6-meter beer can rotatable antenna.
For 6 minutes until the wind picks up.
We're lucky.
Well, maybe, but now.
That's pretty
Dwayne,
fun.
would you have any material around your house to build that with?
No, I drink scotch, not beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'd have to come up with some
Okay,
a
so
beer bottle version.
They don't. Scotch doesn't come in any type metallic container.
No, it
does
comes in good glass bottles with a
All
cork.
right. Well, hey, okay. I tell you what. Your job for next week is to come up with some type of Scotch insulators.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe at field day this year we'll have some cans of soda around. We can
Yeah.
try to put something together.
So that's a pretty neat antenna Buddy's made here. It's got a little droop to it, but it's got a little
Yeah.
weight to it there, you know. So
That's a fun idea.
That's pretty good right there. You know, when I was just starting out ham radio, I kept hearing about beverage antenna, and I thought it was the antenna was made out of beer cans.
Right,
But
yeah.
that's really not what a beverage antenna is. So
Yeah, they call it a beverage antenna because you can drink a full beer before you get to the other end of it.
yeah, and you know, So, but there was some articles back in the early '60s where people did build verticals out of beer cans. Somehow they soldered them together. I guess back then there were 10. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, there's one in QST magazine about 3 months back or so. The guy built one out of coffee cans. These little coffee cans.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
right. This is a neat story. This is Brian Smith shared this, and so that's Brian that's standing on the tower there at the house, and his son's on the left, who was about 14 at that time, which was a few years ago. He said they were setting up their ADS-B receivers, and he said it's a next generation system for monitoring aircraft and has been adopted globally. So they set up a receiver at their house and then another remote receiver at his mother-in-law's house. So he did all the climbing and cabling that was necessary, and his son at age 14 programmed the Raspberry Pis, got it all working, and started feeding the flight data to a bunch of online aircraft monitoring sites. So he merged the feeds into one and then supplied the data to the online sites. This isn't exactly ham radio, but again, in his opinion, it is. It's patience and learning and setting things up to be as perfect as possible and looking for the best gain. Because our system has been consistently at or near the top for years. So he did take him to a local ham radio class and sat with him for every session, and he sure did get his license. He's now Kilo Charlie 3, Fox Yankee India. And he says he has a photo of him when he was still a baby and a pacifier in his mouth. It was also in Popcom magazine back around in the early 2000s. So he said he's helped him set up a lot of antennas over the years, and now he's in college studying IT. And the picture below is the picture from Popcom magazine. I don't know if you could scroll in enough to see him when he was a little guy, but that's really cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. Of course, you don't need a very high antenna.
Right.
You don't need a very high antenna for receiving that. But Dwayne, I bet you he erected that antenna tower
He
without a
probably
gin pole.
managed that one.
I imagine he wrecked that without a gin pole, for sure.
Yeah, I see 10 feet of tower there.
Yeah. Well, there's a mast, too. I mean,
We erected the first 17 feet without a gin pole.
yeah. Well, I have been known to stand up about 40 feet. But
Yeah.
that's about, I think, probably about all that I could do.
You know, y'all are going about this all wrong.
Yeah.
There's a much easier way to do this. And what it is you go out and you buy a boatload of pizza and a couple of cases of beer,
Yeah.
and you tell everybody you've got an antenna raising party, and then you just sit back and watch them put up the pieces for you.
Well, you also have to call the EMS and emergency people and have them out there, too.
Right.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's see. Let's go back here.
But Tom, if you want to share your screen, or let me share screens for a minute, I've got a project I can show you.
All right, go ahead. Let's see your project.
Oh.
Now,
Hey, your
gotta-
mouse is in his eyes.
you're getting things out of sequence, and Katie's going to have to talk about it, but go ahead and put it up there.
Oh, she can. What? You got to
wait.
allow sharing.
Oh, I got
There's
to
a
allow it.
mouse.
Okay.
It's a mouse in the middle of the screen.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It's been a while since I've
No,
done
the
this.
cat would be here if there was
Yeah.
a mouse in the middle
Yeah.
of the screen.
Look.
It's a cursor.
Whatever.
Okay, hey, is the mouse okay? Wait, is the mouse okay now? Wait a minute. I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, okay, Glenn came on.
Yeah.
All right. There's your project.
It's not necessarily my project. As you can see, somebody brought herself back a new rig from Dayton, and that is her project.
Okay.
And she has taken over the corner of the desk with that.
Well,
And
That is
So-
a pretty kitty and what do you got for? Oh, is that the FTDX 101D?
yeah, 101 MP. Yeah.
Oh, the MP. Oh, you're so fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that's-
no, it's hers. It's hers. She has already claimed it.
These high maintenance cats.
She's examining it to make sure that it's a comfy bed. Once it gets warm, that's where they hang out.
That's it. She's got to find all the warm spots.
yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's a good project. I'm glad you got it there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Super cool.
Go back here and let's see what was next.
I've got some more projects I can dig up here, but
All right. What do we got going here?
All right, Michael. Oh, Victor Alpha 3 Mike Whiskey. He said he built the entire cabinet for his remote HF station here. He said, we tidied up all the cables and replaced 3 Raspberry Pis with just one to simplify things.
Well, he's definitely got a lot of stuff in here at this
Yeah, but it
remote-
looks pretty neat and
remote
organized.
location. Yeah.
Looks good.
I don't know what kind of rig he's got in there. I wonder if that's
It's-
is it a flex? Is it HF?
It's a good. He said it's HF, and it's a good thing. He lives in Canada, because all that stuff's packed in pretty tight. There, it's going to get warm.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe that may be a flex. I have no idea what it is there, but that's kind of cool. Hopefully, he's got it at a location where you can get a nice antenna out there and
Yeah.
nice remote location. Cool.
Let's see.
Well, who is this? Luke Paul.
Hey, oh yeah. Paul's finishing this up, and one side's going to be his ham shack, and the other half's going to be like a tiny house. So the Mike popped in and said it's going to be a man cave. So he'll have a covered deck and above ground pool. So, but at least he's got half of it for a ham shack. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah,
not sure where you-
it's so much fun, man, to build something that nice for a ham shack. I mean, you got plenty of room there. You design it like you want. You can put your cabling in the walls.
Right.
That's really nice.
And it looks like he's got some property for antennas. So
Yeah.
he's in good shape. Oh, Dave. Whiskey Bravo 4 November Charlie Tango from Alabama. He's restoring an old 10-Tech Century 21 CW receiver. Wow.
Yeah.
Transceiver.
Well, he's
Transceiver. Yeah.
he's going all in. Look at that front plate he's got off
Yeah.
there. I mean, man.
Wow.
He's doing some heavy work on that thing.
That's got to be a fun project, though.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't even know if
I'm
I
going to
can.
be
I
at
don't know
their
if I-
field day site, the Athens, Alabama Radio Club I'll be up
Oh.
there at the field day site.
Cool.
You know, there are people out there that sell these new front plates for different radios if you're trying to refurbish one, and you can get you
Yeah.
a brand new looking
There's a
panel.
guy at Dayton that had a
Yeah.
whole set for, what was it, the Alpha 77, 76?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I looked at that. I didn't see one for my amp, but I don't need it. That's kind of cool there, David. Looks like he's got things under control there. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
He's ahead of me.
Yeah, me
Hey,
too.
Glenn, I found an FTDX 560, which was almost 70 years old, and I
Wow.
still had the plastic on the faceplate. I'd never removed it.
Oh, wow, man.
Wow.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll trade it for your
No.
101 D.
No, you got to talk. You got to talk to the cat on that one, okay? I got no input here.
Classic radio.
It's going to be warmer.
So this is Carlos, Whiskey Papa 3 Oscar Fox down in Puerto Rico. And he said this is his first transmitter for our Pico balloon. And he says he's had a dream for over 20 years to do this, and watching Tom, all the balloon releases that Tom's been doing, and Bill, he says it's finally released him, or motivated him to do his own launch here at home.
Well, I tell you, he's doing a perfect job. I don't see how he's soldered those solar cells together so neatly. Mine don't look that good once I put mine together. But then again, mine, when I put it together, I don't really care really what it looks like as long as it's functional, because I know it's going to go down in the ocean somewhere. Yeah, that's
Or in North
pretty neat.
Korea with a bullet hole in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat right there.
So he's going to be using it for APRS, and he says, and then he'll start making them to be used with Whisper.
Whisper,
So
yeah,
great job, Carlos.
yeah, I like it.
Cool.
I like it, and I like the fact that you caught he was in Puerto Rico. I was doing a reading. I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't go deep enough. I saw his call though after that. Let's see.
Yeah.
What do we got here? What's Mike doing?
Mike, AA9 India Lima. He is building a Kim Uno emulator of the Kim 1 single board computer.
Yeah.
He uses an Arduino Uno and provides a simple monitor application for assembly language programming. He says, I think you'd refer to this as kicking it old school.
Oh man.
Yeah. Doing it with Uno is actually amazing, because a lot of folks are doing that with those older machines, with the Mega and the Pi. Even there's actually a whole outfit that emulates the Pi for just about every old computer you can think of. They've got a Pi emulator, software and everything, so you can actually run all of that original code on these things.
I've got a working
I
Commodore
have a
128
Kim
here.
I have a Kim 1 in the closet.
Do you?
I've
Well-
got a working Commodore 128.
I got a Commodore 64 here, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. Hey, all right, Mike. I need that R390 right there. I mean, I always wanted an R390, man. I don't know if I really don't have a place to put it, but I'd love to have an R390. And I like his Collins, the twin radios up there. Was that the 75 whatever, and I forget what they are. That's not the KWM 75A something and something else. I don't know what they are.
Let's see it.
All right. Cool. Very good. You got him a heat kit there. Let's see. Oh, now
So
I think
next-
is this a video? I think this is a video, isn't it? No.
I don't think so. It's Dave, November 4 Charlie Whiskey Zulu, working on his tower. He says it's a tilt over, so it's not too bad. But the next photo shows a picture of the view. He put a security camera up on the top so he could see further. So next picture, yeah, see, that's his view from the top. That's really awesome.
Hey, that's a nice view there. No hills, no mountains off to the side there. I mean, nice, clean shot. Pretty cool. And look, if that's his area land out there, heck, even if that's not his land, I think I could hide a wire down those trees out there in the forest somewhere. Run me a wire put me a beverage antenna out there about 3 miles long, 3 or 4 miles long.
There you go. Get that beverage out there.
Yeah. All right.
Might be room even for a Scotch antenna.
Yeah, might be.
If you drink a
Okay,
bottle of scotch by the time you get to the end of that antenna, you won't care.
and we got
Chad's
Chad.
building a new house, which means he gets a new shack too. So when he submitted a couple days ago, he was working on wiring for everything. So good job, Chad. It's hard work building your own house. For sure.
Amen.
But then you get it just the way you want it. Oops.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
lost
it looks
my
like
ear.
putting some good insulation in the wall there, so I don't know where he is, but it looks like he's going to have a nice warm place there.
Guys, when you're building your new shack, I suggest you put carpet on the walls. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
do
Or
that
you
here.
can cover it. You can cover it with egg crates.
Yeah, but egg crates look so K0RN, KORN radio.
Yeah.
The carpet on the walls makes it easy for the cats to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was attempted like
Yeah,
the 1st time the carpet was in here.
When Peekaboo was a kitten, we used to have to pull her off. She'd start climbing up, and
Yeah.
she was so tiny, we'd have to get her and pull her off. And oh my gosh, it was
No,
so
I
funny.
could not see these two with carpeted walls.
Oh no, not your beast. Oh,
but,
my
but it
goodness.
makes a huge difference in the audio on your radio. Huge
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. That looks good. He's going to fix it up like he likes it. That's for sure.
We're back to Paul's place here.
Yeah. There's Paul.
No,
Is that
He's-
another? Is this
Paul's
another
Paul's replying to Chad that he's also building. He says he moved last July, but he's got a temporary station set up out in his outbuilding in a lawn storage building. So look at all that power he's putting in. So yeah,
All right. You say is Paul in the chat room?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant he replied to the comment about
Oh,
the
yeah,
new
yeah,
house.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry about that.
He's
That's
up
all
a
right.
few there.
Yeah, there
All
is.
right. Well, very good.
There's a lot of good
Good,
projects going on.
Looking good. We've got a lot of people involved in a lot of different projects.
Yep.
And is this the same? This is the
Yep,
same.
we saw that one
Yeah, keep
already.
going up.
We saw that
I
one.
think, yeah, he was just replying to that other comment. So I think it just showed up twice. All right,
Oh,
this
DX
is,
here.
yeah, Jan, Papa Alpha 5, Juliet Tango in Amsterdam area. He said this is his new shack after moving into their new house, and he's got the FT450D there. So that's a nice looking.
Nice
Look how
little
nice and
area
clean.
there in the house.
Yeah.
You got nice lighting there, and looks like he's got everything stacked up there on the shelves that he needs. So very good.
It's easier to be neat when you start from scratch.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for me no matter how I start. It never ends up neat.
Yeah, same with us. Didn't take long. Okay, so let's see. Mary and John, Whiskey 8 Juliet Echo Sierra. I'm guessing maybe that's John. He's been working on his 40, 20, and 10 meter fan dipole. He's averaging SWR 1.3 to 1.5, so he's going to be pulling it up next weekend.
That's cool. I like the way he did that center conductor there, center insulator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, Alpha Charlie 4 Alpha Golf. He just finished building a Whiskey 8 Bravo Hotel Morse Tudor. And he designed a 3D printable housing for it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He also made a 3D printable CW paddle. So he designed and made it for his niece, and she spent half the time she was there trying to learn Morse code. So he sent her home with a Morse Tudor and a CW paddle. That's cool. Nice
Yep.
job, Austin.
I like it.
That's cool. Yep.
Maybe Glenn, you need to build a couple of those.
I like this.
Who's to say what I'm building right now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure about this one here. This is
Here,
from
James, he says that's an anticlimactic picture, but you did ask what people were doing for the
Yeah.
projects? So he was clearing branches. They were making their way into his tribander. So
I don't see the tribander though. I get maybe that's what he took out of the tribander.
yeah,
I
that
don't
looks
know.
like what he took out of the way.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it seems to me like he cut the branches in the wrong place.
Yeah.
If they're interfering with his tribander, he needs to cut them closer to the ground, like right
well,
at the ground.
he may be doing that. We just don't know. But very good there, James. You
Fun.
got to keep those. You got to keep those limbs out of the tribander for sure. You know, it may be tree limbs just getting close to it or something up there, and he had.
Yeah.
That might be a tough job to. That's probably what it is. It's probably tree limbs around the perimeter of his antenna, and they're starting to grow over. And
Right.
boy, I don't know how you get those down. I guess you go up there with a long
Well, he says he needs to get a hold of a longer or an extension pole so we can get to
Yeah.
some more of them. So
Yeah.
Like I said, cut it off at the ground and be done with it.
Yeah,
No,
but
who
that may be
knows?
you know,
Well,
hey,
my
I don't know what
problem
it costs
is-
there, but around here to cut a tree down, it's $3,000 to get it cut down.
yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Well, my problem is the ones that need to come down are not on my property. So
Yeah,
it costs me
yeah.
a little bit more than $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got several that need to come down, but I don't know. Okay. Now, we
Unless
got
I
a
can
video
use
here.
some-
We got a video next. Let's just play the video. If I can, let's see what it looks like here. Let's see. Make sure I got audio here. Yeah. This will be interesting right here.
Excuse me.
All right. It'll be here any minute. Here we go. Here we go. It looks like it's going up. Now, who's doing this one, Katie? Do we know?
Hold on.
Closed it already.
Oh, you close it? That's all right. I'll
I
pull
closed
back
it.
in.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I should have told him to change the gear ratio out. We need a little bit faster gear ratio.
Yeah. Wait a minute. For some reason, I was thinking.
Just jerk it up there real fast, man. You know, hey, if it, you know, you may have an emergency. You need to get that antenna up fast. You know, just
Jamie Harper is the one that shared that this
All right.
morning.
well. It looks like he's going to make it here. I see a little wind in the background there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's some serious wind they're putting that thing up with.
Hey, you know, a person
Yeah,
could
well, it got blowing the right direction, so it's
Yeah.
helping him out.
a person could put a big sail on there and rotate that sail around the antenna. I mean, around the tower to assist. You know.
That
looks that's a calm day in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was one of the problems with putting up that big antennas. We had to wait for a low wind day to do that because
Yeah.
it's so big, and I didn't want to fight it with wind up there.
Yeah.
If it had been a standard tri-bander, we could have lifted it 5 or 6 times during the holiday, times I had off. But that thing 55 feet long, it's a big lever when the wind catches it.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I think it's all. Let's see. Was that the last one? That was the last one that we had tonight,
Yep.
and that was Jamie Harper.
Yep.
Jamie Harper. Okay. Well, very good. Hey, Katie, thanks for helping us with that.
My
A lot of
pleasure.
good antenna projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody, just we'll be back in just a minute. Don't go away.
LDG Electronics provides state-of-the-art antenna tuners for every amateur need. From QRP to QRO, fixed stations, portable and remote, an LDG tuner will match your radio to your antenna using our lightning-fast, proprietary tuning algorithms. LDG is a family-owned and operated company dedicated to bringing innovative, quality products to the amateur market. All LDG products carry a full 2-year warranty that is fully transferable. Support is only a phone call or email away. We're always here to help you. Visit us on the web at ldgelectronics.com.
Be a field day leader with ICOM. Field Day is ham radio's most popular event and is just around the corner. It's June 26th and 27th. More than 40,000 North American hams come together to operate remotely. Contact with nature, contact with friends. With a powerful and high-quality ICOM base station easily cut through the pileups to get that contesting edge, our popular IC705 portable, the IC7300, and the IC7610 SDR transceivers are the clear choice for DXers and contesters across the globe. The IC705 is a perfect transceiver for hams who enjoy both the great outdoors and indoors, or field day. It's a portable package covering HF 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. and is weighing in at just under 2 pounds. It has a 4.3-inch touchscreen with a live band scope and waterfall. It runs 5 watts with a battery or 10 watts with a 13.8 volt DC power supply. Integrated GPS with antenna and GPS logger, and the speaker microphone, the HM243, comes standard. The IC7300 is a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design that will far exceed your expectations. This innovative HF transceiver digitizes RF before various receiver stages, reducing the generated inherent noise in different IF stages. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, and real-time spectrum scope. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out faint signals in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that has changed the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual digiselect. For more information, visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, hey guys, we're back here. Okay, hey, we've got we got a few minutes till after the show comes on. Is it after the show? Yeah, we have after the show coming up here in just a few minutes. Yeah, I had another little video for you guys. You didn't get to see much of hamvention because we didn't stream it this year. I know several people, have different videos and stuff. I got a little video here I'm gonna put on, and Bill and Glenn, we can talk about it. We can talk over the video here as it's queued up. If you want to describe something or make a comment. So I'm going to put that on. We'll let it run a few minutes. It's probably about 10 or 11, 12 minutes long. We're going to open the phone lines and Zoom in a little while for everybody. But I'm going to put the hamvention video on, and we're going to take just a look at it, and then we probably won't see hamvention really anymore this year.
No, it's time to start thinking about Huntsville and cool stuff like that.
It is time. It is time to think about Huntsville. Let's see. Let me see if I can frame this up better. Well, I'll get it going here. Here we go. And again, Glenn, everybody we can talk about it. If you see something, talk about it. Let me frame this up a little.
Well, one of the things that was least new to me this year, and unfortunately it wasn't on my diet, but
20 years to see things. I have noticed that the things I'm seeing here are the same things I saw 20 years ago. But hey, it's fun, man. Hey, we're in building number 2. We'll show you our booth a little later right here. But look, these are the buildings that the vendors are in across around here. There's a lot of food vendors out here. We've got forum halls. Look at that wind blowing right there. Additional booths for inside vendors. The wind was always blowing. So we're going to take a little walk around, and we're going to take a look right now at the outside flea market and see what we can find. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, every year at Hamfest, we've got homemade ice cream here. Let's take a look at this. Look at this ice cream maker. A hit and miss engine. Man.
I love that thing.
This thing is actually, all this equipment right here is actually turning the old-fashioned ice cream maker right here. Well, he's got 2 ice cream makers running actually. That beats turning the crank by hand. Now, there was a lot of food out there. We got hamburgers. What else are you guys cooking? Is that pork chops? Pork chops. Pork chops, okay.
Boneless pork chops. This guy right here, he knows all about pork chops. Let's see what he's doing here. Talk to him, Tom. He's a local.
Yeah. So, do you do this regularly? Here,
2 or 3 times a year.
2 or 3 times?
Yeah, we do Yeah, they
fair and a couple festivals. They are good.
Yeah.
This is the bone-in pork chop. This right here.
Yeah.
They're
I
my
thought maybe
favorite.
he'd give us one to test, but
And
he
these are
didn't do
butterfly
it.
pork chops. They don't have a bone in them.
All right. Is this a setup?
Sausage.
Is this a setup you use at home, or you go out and you do other events?
Both.
Both, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son, I built these.
Okay. Cool. Very good. Smells good.
Thanks for stopping.
All right. All right. We're out in a flea market right now, and this is just a small part of it. Down to racetrack are most of the things, but they had overflows, so they're all out here. We're going to walk out here and see some of the stuff in the flea market. We'll give you a little tour of the inside facilities and the inside vendors a little later.
Yeah, if you turn your back, you can literally see the equipment hop from one person's table to another.
How you doing,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
Hey guys, look at this antenna tuner here, man. I need that. I need that.
Got a CB and it's filming.
Oh man.
I bought
I
me
saw that
a,
on your table, Tom.
yeah, I bought,
did hop.
I didn't buy that
That
one.
table for you.
I bought another rotary inductor.
Man, we got a lot of Drake gear here for sale, and
Yeah, a lot of Drake and Collins gear there this year.
Astron power supplies.
It was some pretty decent stuff
Pretty
out
good
there.
price on the Astron power supplies.
I don't know about pricing.
There's a heat kit amplifier. I like the old boat anchors here. Oh, you want $600?
A lot of boat
for
anchors
the,
out there. That was for sure.
7583. I saw one out in the flea market yesterday. He wanted $4,000 for it. Had it marked down to about $1,800.
That receiver we had at the Ohio State Radio Club.
Well,
when
I
was
like
going to
these. I think they're probably maybe 2.4 gig. I'm not sure. But,
Yeah, that'd be about right
hey,
for
there's got a
2.4
bunch
gig.
of them here.
Be a nice Yagi.
We just checked. Our balloon is not showing up yet. It's going to take it probably 10 minutes or so before we'll start reporting. Hello, how you doing? Korea. Where in Korea were you?
Pardon?
Where in Korea were you?
I was in Camp Housing up, then I got up to the DMZ. I was over there from 68 to 70,
Yeah.
what they called the Second Korean War.
Yeah, I know about it. I was in Korea. I was in Osan from
Osan,
70,
okay.
72 and 73.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Supposed to have even. Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. That's okay. So about noon today, we're supposed to have major thunderstorms move in. The radar shows they're just on the outskirts of town. It's nice and sunny right now, so that's kind of interesting. That it looks good, but I don't think it's going to be very good. Hey, Rick.
I watch your video every week.
Great, man. That's 3 people I found that watch this. This guy's got some big amplifiers over here. Let's check and see what he's got here.
I'm trying to think who I bought mine from. I got it.
3 CX800s.
No, this guy.
All right, guys, we got a half price here. Let's see what we got. I'm not sure what we got. Oh, sound equipment, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of sound
Okay, so
gear and
we are-
networking gear.
At the bigger flea market area. This is a racetrack. It's a big circle out here. And a lot of people are set up out here. Looks like we got some parking over to the right over there. But this, I'm standing on the actual track here. You can see horseshoe prints in the ground right here. Looks like they run that direction. I don't know why I would have run in that direction.
Yeah, I believe that's actually a harness track. They run the little
Now
carts.
watch.
Yeah, all
Good,
right.
man. Thank you.
Hope you're fine. I hope you're getting around good today.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm about where. All right, we're at Mark Pupo here. He's probably in the chat room right now. Look at this. Out here all by himself in his tent. He's got Wi-Fi going out here.
That was a nice tent right there. This guy had plenty of bird watt meters. Look at all the slugs back here. He must have had 200 slugs.
You know, I walked that entire flea market and I didn't buy a single thing out there.
Yeah, that was kind of like me. I bought maybe one thing. I did get some phone calls. Are you hearing me talk over this? All right, boy, we got some old stuff here. Oh, and some fairly neat Heath Kit stuff here. Get a shot of this. So Glenn, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was getting over it. And he's off around the curve right there. He's coming in. Yeah.
He's coming in, man.
He's coming down the stretch.
Let's get a zoom in on him. He's coming. I think he's lapped everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. See if I can get Martin on to show this too. I love the inside of the
Tell me when you're on. You can give me
Americana amplifiers. It's so pretty. All right, very good. Okay, hey, we're going to do a walk around in some of the buildings, see some of the vendors right here. We're over in building number 1 with MFJ. This is actually a Ameritron right here. Man, there's some beautiful amps here, man. They really look good. This is their solid state amp right here. Oh man. I got one of these. This is the AL80B. Look at that. Isn't that thing pretty inside? Alright. How's it going? Doing pretty good. Doing good, man. How you doing, man? How's hey, doing good. How's here, take that mic right there. How's business, man? Y'all doing a lot?
Business is doing great. We've been having a good attendance here and staying busy.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all been doing fine.
Well, yeah, we're doing fine. We didn't stream this year live. We're just going to do some video and do it for the show Tuesday night.
Okay.
This gives us a chance to walk around and see more people and have a good time.
Yeah,
hey, man, hey, man, I look at these Ameritrons. They are so pretty inside. Man.
Ameritron's hard to go wrong on.
Man.
They all just perk and work.
I've built a number of amplifiers over the years, but mine have never been that pretty inside, man. Oh, boy.
Well, we just got a little bit of everything going on this year. It's good to be back in Dayton. And,
Yeah.
it's a little warm, but I'll take it.
Hey, it's cooler in here than it is in our building over there. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah. We're at DX Engineering, guys. Boy, look how big, look how much space DX Engineering's got. They, man, they got a major part of building number 1 here. They had a large walk around a little bit. They had plenty of cash registers manned. Look at it. They've even put a fan in here for the customers.
Yeah, it gets a little bit muggy inside certain days.
All right, hello, how you doing? We're here at Shack in a Box. As always, we want to come by and see you, see how you doing. Here, Grace, take that right there. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Have you sold a lot?
Yeah, we sold one. We're getting a lot of interest in other ones. So yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. Hey, tell us real quick. We ain't got much time, but why don't you tell us real quick what each of these are? Talk a little about them.
Here's one of our simplest boxes. It has HF and UHF capabilities, and we have ICOM and DASU versions. Over here you can see what we call solar generators. These have LiFePo batteries, which physically cannot burn, which is very good compared to a lot of other kinds of batteries. They have lights on the side that you can run your radios with them. Sometimes at home we actually use these to power our shack. So these have multiple uses. They're very lightweight. They're very handy. Over here is a box that we have that only has HF capabilities for, specifically we use this one for our outdoor park communications because we like doing HF out in national parks. And the last one to show would be over here. We have kind of a box that is used mainly in shelters when hurricanes come through, your power might get knocked out. So inside here we have a battery that will turn on as soon as you lose power so that you do not lose power to your radio. So that one is UHF, and we recommend for different shelters to use it during hurricane season. So yeah, we're doing pretty good this year. Having fun at the Ham Fest. That's what we have to offer. If you want more info, you can look us up online. And thanks for having me, Tom.
All right, thank you. Good to see you. I'll take my mic back. Thank you. We are in ARRL land right now, and boy, they've got a lot of space rented here.
Yeah, that's my home away from home.
Attention on the grounds. Attention on the grounds. We have a storm approaching that contains small hail and some cloud-to-ground lightning. There is a storm approaching with small hail and cloud-to-ground lightning that should make the grounds within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
We are in building. Okay, we should take this time to go to the storm shelter right now, I think. So anyway, hey, we'll stop the video right there. We've been going a little over an hour now with Amateur Radio Roundtable. Let me just say once again to everyone out there, if you're joining us, this is about ham radio, amateur radio. We're glad to have you. And if you're listening out there on shortwave WBCQ 7490, send us an email to tom@w5kub.com. And if for all you guys that came in a little late, please hit that subscribe button right there. I'm making it easy for you. I'm showing you where it is. I think it's somewhere near the end of that arrow I put right there. Please hit that subscribe button and join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group has about 13,000 hams that follow this group, and we'll be glad to have you in there. So we're going to go ahead and officially close out the Amateur Radio Roundtable, and I hope you guys saw our new pictures right there. We had some new pictures made, and I think they look.
Yeah, I look better. About 40 years younger there.
Yeah.
We need
I have
Bill.
I have hair and stuff.
Yeah.
They're still working on mine, I guess.
Well, we got yours.
Alan looks like he's about 16.
I was going to say, Bill, they don't have a filter strong enough for you, I guess.
Yeah, we got yours. We got yours somewhere. I'm having trouble finding it. I know it's on our Facebook group, so we need to try to see if we can get a picture. And it's got to look kind of.
Again.
It's got to look kind of like these. What did you say, Alan?
I got hair again.
Yeah, well, hey, you're looking good there, man. I don't know what that little glow is around your head. Not sure what that is.
Oh, he used to have a halo.
Yeah, it looks like Glenn's eyes are a little crossed. I don't know. I think the best two looking ones there is me and Katie, to tell you the truth. I mean, All right.
I look like some kind of freakish doll or something.
Yeah, you kind of do there. You kind of do. So we're going to go now to the show. What is it? After the show. We're going now into the after the show for you guys. And hey, I'm going to post the Zoom link that you can join us here. And hey, come on in here and wish Katie happy whatever. Congratulations. Thank her for being here with us tonight. I know it probably.
Back.
Yeah, welcome her back. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to open.
Katie's about to go. So.
Are you leaving us, Katie?
I was planning to, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
And, but people can still comment. This will be recorded. So
save it up for next week. Oh.
Yeah, we'll
I think I will. Yeah.
We'll let you go there, and I know you're a working person now. You know, you're not like Glenn or me. We stay home, we don't work. You got a job now.
Wait a minute. What's this not work stuff?
Well, I mean, you've been home the
I
last
work,
3.
but it's 3 days from home and 2 days in the office.
Yeah, well, okay, but
Yeah.
Katie has to work. Katie
And
works.
as long as I tested positive, I get to stay home 5 days a week.
Well,
Yeah, I bet.
okay.
Oh, they don't want me in the office.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
see.
I could tell.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll-
gang. I'll see you soon.
All
Thanks
right.
for the nice warm welcome back. See you next week, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Good-
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put the link in there if you want to join us on there, and I'll see if I can't crank up the phone lines too. Now, we can take up to 1,000 people simultaneous with our phone system. For some reason, you guys have never stress tested it. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. The most that we've ever had is 3 or 4 people at one time. Again, guys, we can take 1,000 people, so I'm expecting some calls here. Let me get the phone system up, and we'll post that. For right now, just click on that link, and you can join us on Zoom. If you got a face for radio and you don't want to get on Zoom, just call in on the phone line. Let's see. Got Lou joining us here. Okay, what's going on here? My phone's not coming on. Oh boy. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to get the phone on here. Did I hear an echo? 1, 2. I think I hear an echo. Let's see. Welcome to the meeting. I'm trying to figure out who we got. Somebody else. We got Bill. 3 people. Teresa. All right. All right.
The red zone is for loading and unloading only.
All right. Had a little trouble with the phone system. Here we go. We're gonna
Are you
host.
referring to my hat, Clem?
Already dialed in
No, I was referring to the echo.
Oh.
I'm trying to see how I get. I think I know how I'm getting that.
Was that the new hat this year there, Bill?
Yeah, this is the volunteer hat. For,
Oh, because I have a
event.
gray one that says volunteer.
That was the last time they had a hamvention. It was
Yeah,
the
it's
exact opposite.
2019.
It was gray with red letters.
Ah,
Those
okay.
two. I have about 10 years of them.
Well, with my hat.
All right. So I'm trying to bring the phone system up here, and what do we got here? We got trying to do 3 things at one time. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've used it. There we go. It was asking me something. I didn't know what it was asking.
Don't you hate it when tech stuff asks you questions you can't answer?
Yeah, yeah. Let me post a phone. I'm going to post a phone number too. Phone number and a Zoom link again. You should be able to call us with this. Paste right there. Let's see what that will
See,
do.
Bill, they just flipped the colors from the last time.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Okay, and I think I can even put the phone number up on the screen if I can remember how to do it. Yeah, we'll do that right there. We'll just do that right there. There we go. We got a phone number up. We got it in the chat room. Guys, if you want to call in on the phone lines, just call that number 716-427-1083.
Yeah, that is not my personal phone number.
And then hit the code, put the code in, 407051, and then hashtag to be
Now that's the combination I have on my luggage.
politically correct. That's your password in your system, isn't it? Right there?
No, that's my luggage combination.
Yeah.
Mine
yeah.
is 1234.
Ah,
Yeah.
in other words, you left it from the factory settings.
Wasn't
I
that,
just use the word
Paul,
yeah.
his luggage.
I just use
Yeah.
the word password for password on mine, you know.
Yeah, dark helmets luggage.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Who we got? Let's see. Who we got in the chat? Who got called in here? I know Bill called in.
We got Lou, we got Teresa, we got Bill.
Okay. There's Teresa. Welcome, Teresa. And Lou, KI4, what's that, VEU?
VEU.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's a long, I need to give me a bigger monitor. Yeah, okay. So it's a little small looking across the, across here. I gotta look way over there to see the Skype, see the Zoom people. All right. All right. Well, what are we going to talk about tonight? Come on.
Well, I can say this. I've had 6 test sessions since Thursday. All these technicians trying to get in under the wire of the 30 June changed the question pool. Last night we had, I think it was like 23, and 8 of them did not survive. They're trying to rush through. We told them, go back and study the questions and stuff. I mean 423 questions is something undaunting. I understand. However, you should see all of them and attempt to answer all of them before you even take your exam.
Yeah, but there's not that many that are changing.
No, not really.
I need to go through, and I've got a cram slide set that I present to that I've been using for the last couple of years. I need to go and edit it now to reflect some of the new changes. I could probably pull some things out, put some new material in, but it's on my to-do list.
Hamstudy.org, they are going to change. I believe it is on the 1st of July. So if you have people that you're referring there, tell them the current one is till the 30th, and no one will be in July.
So what are the fees now? What's it cost to get a license?
Well, it depends on where you take it, Tom. Okay, ARRL is charging $15 per person. Okay,
yeah.
And as long as you continue on, go from tech to general to extra, you don't pay anything. If you fail your technician exam and you want to take another exam, you have to pay an additional $15.
Yeah, but what's the FCC fee?
Now this is the story on the FCC. Yeah. All right, when you take your exam and your volunteer examining center there sends the information into them, okay, it makes an application in the FCC database. As soon as that application is made, the candidate gets an email back to them saying, hey, you want a license, you have to pay $35. You have 10 days to pay it from the date of the email. If they linger 11, 12, 13, then they have to get a hold of the section manager to resubmit their information, which, we tell them just, give the section manager a call, let him know you're going to pay so that he can contact the VEC to put the information back in there. And then once you pay your $35, I believe it's within minutes, okay, it cranks out an email and sends it back to the individual so that they can download their license. We tell them to download at least 3 copies That way they know that one for the wall, one for their wallet, and one to put away so that if they lose it, they got another one. Otherwise, they got to go back in the ULS system. We tell them, you know, like all these students, we get students, all the various universities, we tell them, hey, if you're leaving the university and you're changing your email, make sure you notify the FCC, because if they can't contact you, they'll either suspend or cancel your license.
Well, I've seen, and I watch these other Facebook groups, so many people complain on this $35 for 10 years. It's, a ripoff, or they don't want to pay it. $35 for 10 years, that is $3.50 a year, and that's about 29 cents a month. And I just don't understand why they're...
Well, the great thing is, okay, if you are upgrading from technician to general or general to extra, they're not going to charge you the $35.
Right.
Under the ARRL testing system, okay, if the individual is less than 18, okay, they can apply to have their fees waived. Okay, they still have to pay it, but they will submit a page, okay, to the FCC. The FCC will notify the ARRL, and the ARRL will pay the student back, I guess, for paying the $35. But that's only on the initial license.
How many questions are in the pool for each license? Do you know?
All right, so there's 423 in the technician.
No, wait. No, I'm not talking about on the test. I'm talking about in the pool.
No, in the pool for technician, there's 423.
Okay, 423. I thought you said 23.
All right. In the general, there's 464 plus or minus questions, and if my calculation was right, it's 564 for the extra. Now, you know that they merged the extra and the advanced together. In the first half of the extra book is all that stuff that we had to do for advanced stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All them
why that
calculations
piece was easy enough for me.
All them calculations, boy. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I got real lucky. My license came up for renewal just before they started the fee.
Mine did too.
I was able to renew and not have to worry about it for 10 more years.
Well, I just gotta remember to renew mine. I think I got about 7 more years if I last it long. But hey, I was one time up at hamvention. We were all sitting around at hamvention at a restaurant, and we were talking about our license. And I pulled my license out, and it had already expired while I was sitting there at the table, man. So that was a shocker. So always check your license, make sure you know when it expires.
I was at the Oshkosh air show once, and this it was about 1980, and this really old guy in his 90s was standing next to me, and I said, "Do you still fly?" He said, "I sure do. I flew in here."
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you want to see my original pilot's license?" So he pulled out this cracked leather billfold, cracked it open, and he said, "Look at the instructor." And it said Orville Wright.
Oh, man.
Oops.
It was airplane license, aviation license number 5.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So let me ask a trivia question here. Does anybody know, I may not phrase this right, I think it was the first pilot license issued. Bill, you just told me about that guy, so I don't know, but I know a different name that was issued license number 1. Now maybe that's a different licensing that happened, but anybody maybe know who I'm talking about?
Wouldn't be. That'd be one of the Wrights,
Wilbur,
right?
Wilbur
No.
Wright?
Yeah. I think it was Bob Cummings. Do you remember a TV show with Bob Cummings on it?
Oh, the camera.
He was a photographer.
Yeah.
My understanding is he
Before
actually
my time.
was license number 1. Now maybe that was a different type license or something, or when they maybe changed something around, because I doubt he's nearly as old as the guy Bill was talking about.
Well, what about Sky King? I mean, you know, he was back there.
Hey, I grew up watching that show every weekend, man.
Well, I don't know if Sky King did. Was Sky King really a pilot? I don't know.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I think he was.
Oh, yeah.
Extra bonus points if you can tell me his daughter's name.
Penny.
There you go. You get the gold star.
All right, I get the gold star there. And I didn't. Yeah. Well, I remember that. I remember the episode where he was transporting a nitroglycerin, and he had the guys holding the nitroglycerin while the plane was bouncing. And you know, he said that's the best way to cushion it, just to hold it. You know, so I remember that episode.
Yeah, I mean, we had the best Saturday morning, you know, TV shows, you know, back when I was growing up, man. You know, we had the unedited, you know, Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Well, I can remember this. I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but and I forget what the cartoon was, but you actually got to help them. And you had this piece of clear-looking bluish plastic that went over the front of your TV screen, and it stuck to it. It just stuck to it. And it'd be running, and somebody'd be chasing them, and they'd come to a river, and you would actually draw a bridge right there, and they could get across.
We didn't have that.
You didn't have that?
I don't remember that.
Anybody else remember that?
We had the secret decoder rings and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ovaltine.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that.
The Ovaltine secret decoder. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you decode that. Man, you wait all week for that secret message to come in. It says,
drink your Ovaltine.
It says buy Ovaltine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, well, it looks like nobody is taking us up on the phone lines. They are open, guys, out there. Phone numbers listed on the screen here.
But we still had some of the best, you know, Saturday morning TV, you know, growing up than any of the stuff that's on now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we used to get up 6:30 in the morning. I mean, that was the time to get up.
We were planted in front of the TV set with our bowl of cereal while that test pattern is still playing.
We
were waiting.
Donated our family TV. It was I think the TV was built in 1959 or 1960. It was a console with the doors that closed in front of the screen, because back then a TV was a piece of furniture and needed to be hidden when not used. And so I believe it was a Motorola. It was in the attic. How Dad got it up in the attic, we don't know, but it's been up there for 70 years. And so we've managed to get it down and took it down to Hilliard, Ohio, and donated it to the Early Television Museum. And if you ever get to Columbus, Ohio, you must see that museum, because it has mechanical televisions from the 30s and 40s. And blind spot scanners and all kinds of wild early television transmission methods. So I did manage to get our family TV donated to him.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. It's Anthony, KG5APU down in Texas. I did watch a documentary about that museum, I think on YouTube, about a year or so ago. It might have been during COVID, and that place is amazing.
Oh, yeah, they gave us a big tour after one of the Dayton hamventions. A bunch of us, amateur television. We did amateur TV, both digital and analog, on the 70 centimeter band and 1200 megahertz and 2.4 gig. And so a group of us amateur television folks went to that museum and had a great tour. it's well worth the trip over from Dayton to go up there and see it.
I did hear from the league that I think next week they're doing Yoda camp, and I guess they're going to be. I guess they're also going to be. I'm not sure if they're also doing something with the Voice of America Museum over there as well. But I hear that it's going to be an experience.
Yeah, the youth on the. Yeah, it's Youth on the Air. I hope you can hear me because we got a storm coming through and the internet is a little flaky when that happens. But it's Yoda, Youth on the Air, and it's a whole week-long camp in the Dayton, Ohio, well, between Dayton and I think it's Middletown area, between Dayton and Cincinnati. And they're actually going to fly two balloons there, 3 balloons actually. 2 of the Pico kind like Tom has been flying, and a regular latex balloon with cameras and stuff. So, and they're going to launch that all on the 14th from that Yoda camp. I just sent them off 2 trackers in the mail today, actually.
So David says he thinks early television used part of the 80-meter band for transmissions. Actually, he's probably talking about the color burst oscillator at 3.58 megahertz. All of the color TVs had a crystal in it, and that was kind of cool.
Why did they choose? What was it? 3.579545. I mean,
yeah.
What on God's green earth did they need something that accurate for in the tube era?
Well,
I made a lot of transmitters, cheap transmitters with that crystal, but unfortunately, any place there was a TV, you had that buzz going on, so it wasn't supposed to receive frequency, but it sure made a cheap transmitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You could find those crystals for, pennies, and
I've got
now even those are getting hard to find.
I got several of them in a junk box around here, the 3.58.
I have a box full of them.
Yeah.
I might be rich if they're if they're worth a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the advent of digital TV, that frequency's now clear.
Hey, I do have a question for the senior folks that attend, or the seasoned folks that attend Dayton every year. Have you guys ever attended the VA, the Voice of America Museum?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Yes, and the Air Force Museum.
I guess, and they're still doing tours. They're still doing tours. I think they did one this year on Voice of America. It's been shut down for quite a while now.
Yeah, Jocelyn told me that he was offering tours up there.
Yeah, they had a tour. I think they opened it probably for the hamvention people. Yeah, another neat thing to go to there is the Air Force Museum, but you need a whole day out there. You can't see it unless you spend a whole day. It's a pretty big operation.
I've never had enough time off to do all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Normally,
that's why you go in early there, Glenn. Instead of Wednesday, you go Tuesday, and then
that's what we started doing, going 2 days early and stuff.
Unfortunately, I don't have that much time saved up.
But one of the places we used to go to was Mendelssohn's.
Yeah.
Now downtown Mendelssohn's, it was like a 5 or 7 story building, old building.
Absolutely.
What was it?
Yeah, it was 5 or 7 buildings.
Yeah, and it had an old elevator, the old elevator, and it had a person that actually ran the elevator. You'd tell him what floor, and he'd move the handle, and he'd drive the elevator. Man, that place, that Mendelssohn's had everything, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
it was full. I don't know how the floors didn't fall in. They had one floor was all maybe heavy motors, Probably had.
My favorite was Fair Radio Sales in Lima, Ohio.
Yeah. I never been to that one.
Well, it's looks like my garage, only they know where everything is.
Yeah. I imagine
That's
so.
the difference.
I do have to say that when Drake was in business there in Cincinnati, I had a R4B go out on me, and I drove it out there. I handed it to him. I handed him the what do you call it? The money order, and they said that they would fix it. I no sooner got back to DC and it was in my mailbox. Just a cheap thing that they had to fix.
Hey, Bill, I got a question. The NASA facility that you work out of, do they have an amateur radio club on your facility? Because I hear the NASA on the air or NOTA is back up and running again. Because I had made a contact with Kennedy Space
Yes,
Center last month.
it's we have a building all their own. I don't know, since COVID it hasn't been real active, but it was pretty active before that. It's the Marshall Amateur Radio Club in Huntsville, Alabama here. So it's the Marshall Spaceflight Amateur Radio Club. They just call it MARC for short.
Mm-hmm.
WA4, I don't know, NXD, I think.
I don't know, I have to check my HT. I forget. I put it in the HT.
I know JSC has a club, or had a club, but since I'm not living in Houston, I'm not too familiar with what they've got going on right now. But I'm sure they'll be working on putting something on the air.
The one in Greenbelt, Maryland, just outside D.C., W3NAN, I used to listen to the space shuttle launches and whatever. They used to put it on the repeater so that you could hear what was going on. I used to sit in my office in the Pentagon and listen.
I think that was one of the coolest things about living in West Palm Beach is on certain shuttle launches, I could stand on my balcony and watch them go up. You know, they're a couple 100 miles north of me.
Yeah, you talk about listening to the launches there at the office. The 2 times that I got to go down to Florida to see the launch, they actually had somebody, it was the local club doing a simulcast on the local repeater of the audio and the countdown. And the one that I went to that got scrubbed, those of us that were on one end of the beach and could hear not only there, because they had it on outdoor speakers as well, but like me, I had it on my radio in the car, and you could hear the groans just travel down the sea, down the beach as word got passed. It's scrubbed, 24-hour turnaround. Oh.
I actually got to do I guess it was a junior high field trip, and got to see Apollo 10 on the pad. It was like a week before the launch, and I'm like, why didn't we come next week? You know?
Nice.
But I think that's the closest I'd come to seeing a real.
All right. Well, look, hey, we need some more people to join us. I've got a question here. I got a trivia question for you guys about donut holes. How did the size of the donut hole change over the years? Did the donut hole get larger or smaller? What do you guys think, man? This is important. You guys do eat donuts, right?
Well, the ones at Market Basket are the same size.
I'm talking about back 1920, 1930, 1940. Was the hole bigger or smaller? What do you think, Bill?
I would say smaller.
You think the hole was smaller back then?
Yeah.
I use your thumb to poke the hole so it'd be smaller.
Hmm.
There you go. What do you think, man? You were wrong.
Whoa.
You missed it. Look at that.
You see, they give you more donut for.
Yeah, you get more donut now. Look at that, man. Look at that. You know, nice thing about Hamvention, us vendors, we had vendor spots. They had a room there that full of donuts. We got to go in and get donuts, and that was pretty cool.
You should have joined the IOK at the Big Boy downtown. They have a breakfast buffet, and I mean this thing is huge, Tom.
I'm gonna have to hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to come next year and check it out there, Glenn. We meet 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you just sneak out the back the back parking lot there. Take a right, take a left, and go all the way to the end, and you're at the fence there of the flea market.
See, but I'm at the bed and breakfast, and I go a block over and down, and I'm at the bus stop.
Hey, next door, I got a McDonald's, man. I just picked me up a sausage and biscuit.
I mean, normally I just sleep in.
What's breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, for you college students, it's lunch, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
When the next time you go down to Austin to visit Chris, you need to tell him to take you to Round Rock. There's a place that sells, I guess, giant-sized donuts and giant-sized cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I think Chris is. I think Chris is.
That used to do. What was that show? The guy that eats everything, whatever. The man. Man, what was that show? That reality show, Man versus Food, I guess it was called. He went there, and he had to eat their giant-sized donuts that they make.
Well, I think Chris is thinking about moving down to Houston area. He's going to get out of Austin. The rent's getting too high there, man. All the people from California coming in, they're paying double what the rent's supposed to be.
Hey, Mark, KA9SCX. Since Glenn has his cats always on display, where are your cats? They need to.
My cats are recovering. I took them to the vet this afternoon.
Oops.
Oh, you won't find them for a while.
I had one of them soil a cat carrier both ways, coming and going, and it was 39 miles one way.
Oh. My vet was 1.5 miles away, but I thought I'd rent my cat out to the fire department. They would holler so loud.
Well, what you need to do, you need to tie it on top of the car.
I can't even imagine 39 miles.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a haul, and I had to run with the windows down.
Oof.
But I had the answer to that donut hole question, so I had to come online.
You had the answer for the donut hole?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I knew they were getting smaller. Bill, also, just to let you know, the Heifer / Whisper fixed transmitter here just about 30 feet away from me was heard in Austria. So and that was this afternoon. So it's still working well.
Meters?
What's that?
Was it on 22 meters that it was heard, or 20 meters?
It was on 20 meters that it was heard. I'll have to check on 22.
All right, cool.
So why did the donut hole get smaller over the years?
I don't know.
It had to do with the way it was cooked.
Yep.
I don't know, but there it is.
I mean, I thought we were going to get the why of this, not just the fact that it shrank.
Hey, we have the Krispy Kreme factory here, and you can get them right hot pressed. And I tell you what, I'm going to go up there and ask them after I eat about a dozen donuts.
I was going to say, there's nothing better than a hot, fresh donut, and those are so far off my diet now. I mean, I'd go into a coma if I ate one.
So, the other question I have is, are toilet paper rolls getting narrower or longer?
I had one get narrower.
I'm going to say narrower.
Every year they get them about an eighth of an inch narrower, and but they make them, then they make the tube wider. They're doing the opposite of what donuts do, so it makes it look like you get more.
Oh.
But you get less.
And then raise the price.
And raise the price.
Oh, absolutely.
Just exactly, they took a lesson from the candy bar manufacturer.
Well, I was pretty much locked down in my house for about a week and a half and had to live off of the food I had. And first thing I did once I was able to rejoin the world is I made a grocery store run. That one trip cost me probably 3 times what my normally grocery bill is. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, everything's gone up.
The way everything's gone up. Yeah.
I want to talk a minute there about Tom's trivia question there. I looked on the internet here. It says, why have donut holes got smaller? Donut holes were originally put in there to make sure that the treat was fried evenly. If it didn't have a hole in it, then the inside would be less well cooked than the outside. Improved technology meant that it was possible to get a more even fry without a big hole. Similar holes mean that a donut is less likely to break. Now, I like the jelly filled, okay? Whether it be strawberry, raspberry, apple, whatever. We made those in boot camp, and I said to myself, wow, I never knew that.
Oh, gosh, I love the lemon cream ones. Oh, yes. Or the Bavarian cream ones.
Oh, absolutely. And Bill, directions in New England are based on one particular store. You go down to this store and you turn left and go down to the next one. Which store is that, Bill?
Well, it's either Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. I'm a Dunkin' Donuts. Right. I'm a Dunkin' Donuts fan.
Yeah, that's the store. All directions in New England are based on
all 4 corners normally.
Man, I'm getting hungry. I want a donut.
We don't have a Krispy Kreme donut store in the Memphis area. I mean, everybody has to go to Huntsville to get their Krispy Kreme fix. Yes. That's one of the big talks about everybody that goes to the Huntsville Ham Fest. Got to hit the Krispy Kreme donut shop.
There is one gas station here, and it sells Krispy Kreme donuts. And I go and get those jelly donuts here. I like those jelly donuts. I get a dozen of them rascals.
Man, y'all making my mouth water. I'm wanting some
Bill,
donuts
I hear
right
you
now.
guys are getting a Buc-ee's over there in Athens,
I want a
Alabama.
donut. Yeah. All right. Hey, I see Papa Doc's not here. I saw him in here earlier tonight. I was hoping Papa Doc would be around, man.
They are the rest stop to die for.
Yes.
I mean, it's about the size of a Walmart inside there, and you name it, they got it.
Wow.
I went to
depending upon which one you go
is
to.
that what that is?
Yeah, I went to one in Daytona Beach.
That's miles from the house.
Yeah, when I went to the Orlando Ham Fest this year, a friend and I drove up to St. Augustine, and the first stop we made was Buc-ee's in Daytona Beach.
The original is out of South Texas, and the owner is an Aggie. He graduated from A&M in 1980.
There you go.
How are you? How are things
Glenn,
in
where
A&M?
is
Going?
that,
And how's the club?
Yes.
Who did I get that question from?
Anthony.
That was Anthony in Benbrook. Up in the
okay.
DFW area.
Yeah.
5 APU.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't see who was talking. Think the club's kind of slow, especially right now because everybody just left for summer break. And of course, right after COVID, because of the way COVID hit, which was everybody was out for spring break, then they extended it to 2 weeks, and then they said don't come back. the club never really has gotten back to being quite as active as it was pre-COVID, but it's still active. We're still doing stuff.
Well, Teresa, that's good to know. It's been a while since I've seen the picture of the antenna down there that's bent and twisted. Is it still the same way?
Actually, we're losing our ham shack, unfortunately. During the time that we were out during COVID, termites got into it. And of course, it's just 3 of those portable buildings, and they're only supposed to last like 12 years to begin with. And that's under one owner that takes good care of them. And we're done the second owner, and it's up to 16 or 18 years that they've been in service. So between that and the area that we're on also has the information technology backbone for a lot of the A&M university services. They want to expand, which means they want to take over where we're at. Between termites, the age of the building, and are only having a quarter of a antenna up, and the university's saying, you got to move. So we've got all of our stuff currently in storage.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. I guess real estate down there is somewhat a luxury, isn't it?
It is, especially with the, the fact that we are a university club, so we do best when we're on university property, which is at a premium, especially there at the main campus. We're seeing about what would happen if we join up with the engineering department. We're also talking about maybe moving out to the Relish campus, which is about a half hour down the road, but it has a little bit more property that we might be able to put to use. But
Teresa,
again,
I got an idea for you that you may want to look into. Your leadership, the ARRL, in conjunction with the ARDC, is doing grants and they're promoting amateur radio and education. So being that you are an amateur radio club and at a college university, that might be a good avenue to look into that you might be able to get grant money for.
Might be. Send me an email about that. My email's good on QRZ, and remind me of it, because I came home and got off work and came home and sat down, and my mind is still absolutely fried.
Do me a favor, since I'm visually impaired and blind, I have nothing to write with right next to me. Could you send me an email and I will respond back to it?
Absolutely.
You can. I will give you my call sign. It'll be easier.
I got it. I looked you up a couple minutes ago, so I'll just pull the page back up.
All right, so hey guys, we got about 5 minutes and our shortwave segment is over. Just wanted to say thanks to everybody. Had a good time tonight. Also, I'm getting hungry. And at 9 o'clock in the morning, I have to be at a cardiac doctor's office to take a stress test. I think that's where they take your heart up to like 99% before it explodes. You know, so I'll be doing one of those in the morning.
Not only that, they make you drink this radioactive stuff, so you glow in the dark. They isolate you in a little room.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
They handle you with these gloves and tongs.
I'm going to try to leave a little early in the morning and get some donuts before I get there, because I'm going to need some energy.
You're going to need something, yeah. I failed mine miserably 3 years ago.
Well,
hey Tom, are they going to give you a chemical-induced?
I don't know. I don't expect it. It's probably just going to be
hop on the bike and start pedaling.
It's going to be walk. I'm sure it's going to be a walk on a treadmill, and hooked up with all the leads.
They started me on the treadmill and ended me up on the chemicals.
Yeah.
They took my blood pressure. I've been in the hospital for 15 hours, and somebody would poke me in the arm every 2 hours just as I was falling to sleep, and they had to poke me 4 or 5 times to get a blood sample. And they finally they did that stress test, Tom, and they said your blood pressure is too high. We'll have to do the chemical one. Do you feel stressed? And I said, I've been here 15 hours and somebody keeps poking me in the arm every 2 hours. What do you think?
Yeah. Well,
That's the thing
I've had them done before, but they've been like 15 years. But you know, I can, and I wasn't feeling real good when I had that one done. I remember begging, "Can I stop now? Can I stop now?" And she kept saying, "No, just one more minute, just one more minute." You know. So it's going to be probably tough for me in the morning. I'm really out of shape. Hey.
Well, you have the option of just going straight for the chemically induced one, and that may be the better way to go.
Well, we'll see. I don't think
they started me and I couldn't make it, so that's when they switched me over to the chemical one. But like I say, I failed it miserably, and not too long after they gave me a triple bypass.
Yeah, well, I'm not hoping for that much extra work.
No.
Yeah. But.
No, and talk about getting poked. Bill, I was the same way. They were waking me up 3 and 4 times a night for x-rays and blood draws and just everything. And I'm like, will you just leave me alone? Get away from me with that needle.
Well, when they ask me, if they ask me, tomorrow when they medicine stuff, what are you allergic to anything? I'm gonna tell them needles. That'll be the first thing I tell them there.
You're allergic to doctors, hospitals, needles.
Needles. I'm allergic to needles.
Sterile environments.
I'm allergic to lead for sure. And, and lead and needles is the main thing. That.
You go into anaphylaxis when you get the bill.
Yeah.
Allergic to pills.
Oh, that's the other thing, You get the doctor's bill and then the hospital's bill and then what part your insurance decided not to pay bill.
And then you get bills from places that you've never heard of.
Yeah, I got one the other day for a blood test that I had 4 months ago, and if it didn't have the same date that I had gone to see my doctor on it, I wouldn't have paid it because I didn't recognize the billing company. I'm like, this is a scam. I'm not paying this. Because it was simplepay.com was their payment outfit.
Oh, Simple Pay? Yeah.
And
watch out for them rascals.
Then I backtracked and found out that it was for a blood test on the same day that I had been to my doctor's, and it was through Methodist Hospital, and they just used the Simple Pay app. But I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. And I wrote them back. Yep.
All right, guys, I'm going to shut it down. I got a lot to do tonight. Get the show all together, get our shortwave audio on, get it on our podcast, get me a snack tonight, go to bed early, get up early in the morning, stop by the donut shop, get my treadmill done at 9, and then I've got some other things scheduled for tomorrow. So it's going to be busy
Good
day.
night. Say hi to Kathy for me.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
And tell her hi from me as well.
I'll do it. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later. Thanks.
I'd like to be on camera there, Mark.